employee at the tech company Pinterest has been fired after going public with claims that the company censored the pro-life group Live Action. Former engineer Eric Cochran leaked documents to James O'Keefe's Project Veritas. These documents show that Live Action was classified as a porn website so that users would be unable to link to the group. YouTube, by the way, took down O'Keefe's video about this. Here's the punchline. They took it down on privacy grounds. Google caring about privacy. Hilarious. In a statement to this program, Pinterest disagreed. They said they actually blocked Live Action for spreading conspiracy theories. The porn label, they said, was only an internal one since the company's first block list only targeted porn sites. Whatever the reason, they still fired Eric Cochran for bringing the truth to the public. Steven Crowder is a conservative comedian who makes videos on YouTube. He's pretty popular. He's got close to 4 million subscribers and tens of millions of viewers. His stuff isn't for everyone, but so. If you don't like his videos, watch Colbert. It's a free country, or it used to be. The press is working to change that. A few days ago, a writer at Vox.com demanded that YouTube ban Steven Crowder. Why? For the crime of insulting him.
It's June 11th, 2019, and we got a story out about the YouTube censorship, and it features yours truly, No More News, as a hate video. Axios, founded in 2016 with $10 million round of financing. Backers include media partner NBC News, one of the biggest news companies in the world. Founded.
A year now, conversations about banning accounts.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of changes in that year, and I think people find the slope to be very slippery.
It's a tough line to navigate. In this case, I think erring on the side of not censoring is generally the best position, especially when censoring includes educational information, facts, history. I find it particularly jarring, though, that the people begging corporations to censor this are mostly journalists. That is really alarming.
Where's the line, and who's deciding? Every week there's news about a tech company banning accounts. This week it's been YouTube announcing they're going to ban white supremacist content, not Nazi content. Also videos denying proven atrocities like the Holocaust and the Sandy Hook shooting. Might sound like a great thing, but there's also been a backlash. And there's also been some problems with the way it's being enforced. Some educational videos about these issues have also been removed and banned.
Well, finding that in Chinese textbooks. Many Chinese university students don't even know what happened 30 years after the massacre in Tiananmen Square. In China, it's social media blackout. There is no talk of it. Chinese authorities really stepping up with aggressive censorship. Let's just bring you
Well, the reality is that this issue is a lot more complicated than most people understand. On the one hand, Facebook has an absolute right to kick these people off of its platform, and the vile speech in which they engage causes harm in the real world. On the other hand, there's a risk that Facebook embracing the power to decide who gets to speak and who doesn't get to speak in the largest online discourse ever constructed is a dangerous proposition.
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg, I will say there are a great many Americans who I think are deeply concerned that Facebook and other tech companies are engaged in a pervasive pattern of bias and political censorship. There have been numerous instances with Facebook. In May of 2016, Gizmodo reported that Facebook had purposely and routinely suppressed conservative stories from trending news, including stories about CPAC, including stories about Mitt Romney, including stories about the Lois Lerner IRS scandal, including stories about Glenn Beck. In addition to that, Facebook has initially shut down the Chick-fil-A Appreciation Day page, has blocked a post of a Fox News reporter, has blocked over 24 Catholic pages, and most recently blocked Trump supporters Diamond and Silk's page with 1.2 million Facebook followers after determining their content and brand were, quote, unsafe to the community. to a great many Americans, that appears to be a pervasive pattern of political bias. Do you agree with that assessment?
Senator, I'm not, but let me just...
How about MoveOn.org?
Sorry?
How about MoveOn.org?
I'm not specifically aware of those.
How about any Democratic candidate? Are you aware of any ad or page that has been taken down from Planned Parenthood?
Senator, I'm not, but let me just...
How about MoveOn.org?
Sorry?
How about MoveOn.org?
I'm not specifically aware of those.
How about any Democratic candidate for office?
I'm not specifically aware. I mean, I'm not sure.
In your testimony, you say that you have 15 to 20,000 people working on security and content review. Do you know the political orientation of those 15 to 20,000 people engaged in content review?
No, Senator. We do not generally ask people about their political orientation when they're joining the company.
So as CEO, have you ever made hiring or firing decisions based on political positions or what candidates they supported?
No.
Why was Palmer Luckey fired?
That is a specific personnel matter that seems like it would be inappropriate to
You just made a
here.
specific representation that you didn't make decisions based on political views.
Well,
Is that accurate?
I can commit that it was not because of a political view.
Do you know of those 15 to 20,000 people engaged in content review, how many, if any, have ever supported financially a Republican candidate for office?
Senator, I do not know that.
Your testimony says it is not enough that we just connect people. We have to make sure those connections are positive. It says we have to make sure people aren't using their voice to hurt people or spread misinformation. We have a responsibility not just to build tools, to make sure those tools are used for good. Mr. Zuckerberg, do you feel it's your responsibility to assess users whether they are good and positive connections or ones that those 15 to 20,000 people deem unacceptable or deplorable?
Senator, are you asking about me personally?
Facebook.
Senator, I think that there are a number of things that we would all agree are clearly bad. Foreign interference in our elections, terrorism, self-harm.
I'm
Those
talking
are
about
things.
censorship.
Well, I think that you would probably agree that we should remove terrorist propaganda from the service. So that, I agree, I think is clearly bad activity that we want to get down, and we're generally proud of how well we do at that. Now, what I can say, and I do want to get this in before the end here, is that I am very committed to making sure that Facebook is a platform for all ideas. That is a very important founding principle of what we do. We're proud of the discourse and the different ideas that people can share on the